sitting in my bed. I'm laying in my bed. I'm just like, like half asleep. And I'm like, my alarm should, go off. And I look, it's 4:03. I'm like, what the fuck? I put a 5-minute alarm. And I just got up because I had it all queued. And I was like, I'm just going to rest my head for 5 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, alarm didn't go off.
That reminds me of school. Like you close the alarm sets and you close your eyes for like 5 minutes and you wake up and it's like, oh shit, my class just ended.
Yeah, dude. You're like, fuck. What type of candle are you burning in the background?
That's my pink Himalayan salt lamp.
Did you bring that? Oh, wait, you're back in Florida right now. Never mind.
You're retarded.
What?
I've had that there for several weeks, and actually, that's
you
even
added.
newer.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
you
that's
added
even
a stand.
newer.
You added
I've been
a stand.
in Florida for like several weeks. Actually, only like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you've been there since September, but
Well,
who's counting?
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some NBA news. The first one is Cade Cunningham. Oh no, he is out for the year. It's a shin injury, and it kind of reminds me of Kevin White's shin injury. I don't know if you remember him, Chicago Bear. You remember Kevin White, wide receiver? You guys drafted him with like the 4th pick,
well,
and he never
I know
played.
I'm wearing a Bears hat, but I'm still a Packers fan. So
I know, but like you live in Chicago.
I know, yeah. He was like the 7th pick, and he was like the biggest bust. It was awesome.
Never played, but guess what his first injury ever was? A shin injury. Yeah. So I'm not saying that's going to happen to our man, but Cade's out for the season. They're giving him a season-ending procedure, and we'll talk about it. But supposedly with this injury, the word on the street is that the Detroit Pistons are shifting to end their rebuild, and they're expecting to be a playoff team next year. They're trying to become a playoff team next year. That's why we'll talk about the trade rumors in a second. But what is your thought about Cade Cunningham suffering a season-ending injury in his second season? And this guy was averaging so far this season through 12 games, 19.9 points. Yeah, he's shooting 28% from three, but dishing out 6 assists, grabbing 6 boards, and a steal a night, a little over half a block a night. What's your thoughts on the injury?
Well, first off, 4th cue, my room does not smell like salt. It's just for aesthetic purpose. But dude, it really sucks, and you can tell like Jaden's been really struggling without Cade Cunningham. This is definitely Killian Hayes' last go. But yeah, I mean, we kind of saw the way they started. I know Cade's only played a handful of games. He played 12 games on the season. So I mean, it wasn't looking good, like their team. So yeah, the rebuild makes sense for one more season. I had them as a playing team, and this is definitely going to kibosh those plans. But yeah, man, just get healthy. I can't even imagine what a shin surgery is like, and I actually don't even want to know anything about what a shin surgery happens.
So I think it's just they're just going in to repair it. I don't know the details into how to repair it, but to prevent it from ever occurring again, which
there's like no skin on the shin, dude. It's like very little.
I hate thinking about body like parts like that, so I'm just gonna elude from entertaining what you're saying right now because I'm going to get the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it. Also, I talked to the University of Maryland. Good combo.
Yeah, they got some good people over there. You say
Larry David graduated from Maryland, so
did he really?
Yes, Larry David. So did Scott.
East Coast guy?
I'm pretty sure he grew up in New York and he went to school, New York or Pennsylvania, but I'm pretty sure New York. But then he went to school in Maryland, and then Scott Van Pelt, Maryland graduate. But so I think this is a good segue that we just talked about, Cade. I think, like you said, this is the last year of their rebuild. I think this is why they're trying to figure out which guys will be on the roster next year, which is why we've heard Saddiq Bey potentially be moved. I personally love Saddiq Bey, and I don't think they should move him, but I guess they're done waiting for the guys to develop. The only guy that they're fine waiting to develop is Jalen Duren, Jaden Ivey, because they're dogs. But with Cade Cunningham expected to make a full recovery, they're saying that Saddiq Bey, who's had an up and down year, and he's been moved to the bench because they want to become more balanced, allegedly, Dwayne Casey. And the rumor is that Al Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic are 2 guys that the Pistons want to keep because they're efficient scorers, and that's something that they want, even though that they've been brought in up in trade rumors. but I think they're starting to realize, hey, we need to finalize the roster to like a solid like 5 to 8 guys on this team. We're trying to move Noel because we have our big mans figured out. We got Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren, and Marvin Bagley. Booyah. Now the wings, we're figuring that out. We got Alberts and Boyan Bogdanovic. Will Sadiq Bey be part of that? We'll see. Will Kevin Knox be part of that? We'll see. But we got the backcourt figured out in Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. Now let's figure out the pieces behind them. And I think that's where we're starting. This is what the rest of the season is going to be, is about who's going to be here past this season and who can we trade to bring in veterans.
I think Sadiq's as good as gone.
I like Sadiq.
I love Sadiq.
It's just I guess he's not on their timeline anymore.
Well, I mean, I don't know. He's just 23. I guess he'll be 24 by the end of the year.
I know he's still crazy young. The reason why I mean timeline is that I guess he's not performing or developing as they want. It's the shot.
He's not. He's just not. So that's the hard.
He had a 50-point game last year, though.
I know, and every single season he's been getting worse and worse as far as efficiency goes. I mean, he's a career 40%. He's a career 39.9% field goal shooter.
I know.
He's shooting 30% from downtown this year. I can deal with Sadiq Bey like going from 16 points to 17 and being efficient while he's doing it, improving defense. But I think.
But we've seen them already cut out Diallo. They've cut Diallo out.
He never really had a chance.
Yeah,
but
Kellyan Hayes has shown flashes that he could stick around, but it's seeming like they I don't know what Rodney Magruder's purpose on this team is, but he's there, I guess, as a veteran. But Corey Joseph and Jaden Ivey are going to be the backcourt right now with Kellyan Hayes mixed in there to see what he is. Diallo's just out. I feel like they need to just trade him. They're just wasting him. And they're not wasting him, but like they're not using him. So like let him go be free somewhere. And they're keeping Al Burks. We're going to see Boyan. I like Isaiah Livers. They got I think their front court set with Beef Stew, Bagley, and Duren. You're set there because Bagley can play power forward, and Stewart, in theory, if that jump shot starts to become something, he can also play power forward. So you have two guys who can play power forward center, and then you got a pure center in Duren. And I think they're just figuring out what pieces are here to stay.
I mean, recently we've been seeing Beef Stew and Duren. Bagley's not even starting, so
I like Bagley as a six man though.
Yeah, I think Bagley, Bay, I think they're gonna be gone.
I think Bagley's here to stay. They paid him for that reason.
Let's see.
I
like Bagley a lot, but I don't know. Let's see.
He's on a cheap deal, so he's just good.
Still a lot of basketball left. He just came back from injury within the last month. So.
Can we talk about another young team that, first off, I hope this team gets Victor Wembanyama because good damn, how fun would that be? Also, I want them to be the team that picks up Sadiq Bey. I'm serious. Like, I want this team to get Sadiq Bey. Imagine Keldon Johnson and Sadiq Bey next to each other. Keldon Johnson, Sadiq Bey, and Devin Vassell. I think the San Antonio Spurs are one of the most exciting, bad tanking teams. They're on a 3-game win streak. Keldon Johnson, dude, he had a block off the glass. I think it was Darius Garland. I saw the end of that game. That was freaking crazy. That ending against the Cavs. So unlike CERN, I think one of the things that the Spurs have, not unlike, but the Spurs, we know what they have. They already got Keldon Johnson. They already got Devin Vassell. Jeremy Sohan looks like going to be a great Swiss Army knife of a power forward. Trey Jones looks like he could be a high-level backup point guard or a spot starter. You got Malachi Brown and Blake Wesley. You got Zach Collins, who's looking decent. Charles Bassey, phenomenal. So you got two big men right there throwing big. They've got pieces on this team already. I'm liking the San Antonio Spurs. I like what they're building. I know they're losing games, but hey, they won 3 in a row right now, and I know that they're technically tanking. I just think what they got right here with the, Gorgie Dang, Doug McDermott, Josh Richardson, Pirtle being the vets in the locker room. But Collins, Johnson, even Romeo Langford showing up, Isaiah Roby, Trey Jones, Vassell, Branham. So, and I know Blake Wesley's out with the MCL injury, but Charles, Bassey, and it's just I'm liking this. And then you also got Don Barlow. Like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, a really fascinating team that started really hot.
They
I
did.
don't. Well, the thing is, like, Keldon and I'm struggling because I mean, if we're being realistic, the chances they get Victor Wembanyama is what, like 8% or whatever it is.
You get the
So
first pick, isn't it? Like first pick gets is it 25?
24.
24?
25. Yeah,
20, isn't it like 24.9 basically like 25?
yeah, something like that. So you got less than a coin flip. I mean, it's kind of like so. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you don't get Vic, if you don't get Scoot,
They're
are
still
you?
set. Because imagine Cam Whitmore or
I
Scoot Henderson
I
or
think they're still set. I mean, the franchise player might be on their team already. It might be Devin Vassell. It might be Keldon Johnson. I don't
exactly.
even really know.
Do
So
you think they should be a team that looks into? Obviously, they wouldn't go for Miles Bridges after what happened with Josh Primo, and we just don't even bring up Miles Bridges because
I
anybody
mean,
could
they might.
sign
What if
him.
he's guilty?
Miles Bridges has been cleared, bro.
Yeah. So what's the issue?
Nobody wants him.
I want Miles Bridges. He didn't do anything. If he didn't do anything wrong, that's like the justice system failing us again.
He pled no contest, so he basically settled.
Like Primo. Is that what Primo did?
No, Primo. I don't even.
I think they just settled that.
They
Like,
settled. They straight
right
up
away.
settled. Primo's was civil. This was criminal, and there you can't settle. No contest is you when you plead no contest, you're not admitting guilt, but you're pleading no contest that you won't contest the charges for a lesser sentence.
So yeah, I guess
You're like
is all set.
yeah, so you're like kind of implying that you did something shady, but you don't want to go to court over it, so you'll take a lesser sentence.
Well, so I mean that's either way.
Sadiq Bey,
Sadiq Bey is interesting. I don't see
how you get the deal done.
I don't know how they would manufacture or maneuver that.
If they really interested in Josh Richardson and Jay Rich for Sadiq?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be on.
I know, obviously,
a championship team. Yeah, maybe. It is enticing.
Because imagine Johnson, Sadiq Bey, and Vassell. That being your like wings.
I don't know why we keep throwing Sohan out of this equation.
Sohan would be like your center.
That's fascinating.
Wouldn't that be an insane lineup?
He can do anything he freaking wants. It's really cool to see, and I'm glad he's back from injury.
Imagine the defense though with Vassell, Bey, Johnson, and Sohan, and then you have Trey Jones in there.
Yeah, I mean
that lineup right there could develop into something.
It's just not going to happen, but
I know. But Langford could be that. Maybe they run, Langford, Johnson.
I've been having a Langford discussion for like 6 years now. How old is Langford? He's probably still like 22 somehow. But
yeah, I think
he's been having that Langford conversation for at least 4 seasons now.
Well, it's because Langford, they thought he was going to be this shot creating wing when he came out of Indiana. But the thing is. But it turns out that what Romeo Langford really is he's a Royce O'Neal, Jay Sean Tate, PJ Tucker, Jay Crowder
guy. Romeo's nice. I don't think he ever really got a fair rap.
I just personally, the way I see him is he's this 6'5" thick boy who can grab boards, space the floor. And he's like Royce O'Neal, like Jay Crowder. That's what I think. We thought he was going to be a shooting guard, but he's more of like a 220-pound. If he can get up to 230, he could be this thick boy, like rebounding big. Not rebounding big, but forward. He's more of a forward, an undersized forward.
I don't see that at all. But
you don't see that?
No.
Really?
No.
Against the Thunder, when he had like 8 boards, that's what I was thinking. Or against the Heat the other night when he had like he was 7 for 10 from the field. Like he can score inside. I don't know. Like I that's what I see. Like right now he's per 36 for this season. He'd be grabbing 5.5 rebounds. Okay. 1.5 steals, about a block a game, shooting like 20% from 3. But he's insane in the inside. He shoots 58.7% inside the arc. Romeo Langford. What's up, Joshua George?
We'll see what happens. I mean, the Spurs they got all the time in the world right now. So,
no, you're not wrong about that. Let's talk about another team and their name, are contenders. All right. And I'm serious. This team, they got two guys who can give you 50 points any night. I mean, 60 points combined any night, let's be honest. One of them just got dropped by a shoe deal, but
The disrespect is real.
nobody's
They were
talking
always
about them.
contenders. I know it doesn't fit in
Well, they weren't contenders with Steve Nash as their coach, it seems like. Thanks,
Yeah,
Joshua.
I
That
get
was a
what you're
good game.
saying. Not like realistic contenders, but
I mean, I just look at look, you got Jacques Vaughn getting this team to be a top 15. Jacques Vaughn? Jacques Vaughn. Je ne sais quoi, si vous voulez. Je m'appelle Jacques Vaughn. That would be, imagine if you go up to Jacques Vaughn and just start speaking French. Jacques Vaughn sounds like he'd be the most French guy ever.
Yeah.
S'il vous plaît. But Jacques Vaughn definitely is coaching these guys right. What are they now? 13-5 and a 13? I forgot what their record is under
17-12.
17
13-5.
No, with under Jacques Vaughn.
Oh,
because they started 2-5. They're 17-12. They're 15-7 under Jacques Vaughn or something.
Shit,
I can't do math. Yeah, no, but they're playing defense. Ben Simmons, it's just he shook off the rust, and we're seeing Kevin Durant just. There's no one you can put in front of Kevin Durant that he isn't going to hibachi them and just send them straight to the kitchen. And you got Kyrie playing great. You like that little full-on Cook reference. But I think it's phenomenal. It's fun. And the bench is coming alive. It's not just Yuta Watanabe anymore. You got Cam Thomas playing. You got yourself Markieff Morris playing. You got yourself Edmund Sumner. You got TJ Warren back. Seth Curry, Joe Harris.
Yep.
Squad's
Joe's
playing
really
well.
stepped it up since the start of the season.
Do you still make a move?
TJ Warren. When was I making a move?
No. But like as a team that's frequently been no. I'm just the headlines have had the Brooklyn Nets constantly speculating on them making a move. Do you look for a move for a Joe Harris trade, or I don't think they'd move Royce O'Neal, but you for some reason believe that they will. Do you look for a move, a Nick Claxton or something? What do you look? Do you look for a move to get another guy out there?
Yeah, the Claxton. I don't want to trade Clax. I don't want to trade. I like Royce. I'm just kind of giving him a hard time because he started so poorly for this team. But
who are you calling up? I feel like the Utah Jazz.
That's my issue. Is maybe like a team like Utah. They're winning though right now, so I'm not changing anything, and I'm not even entertaining any of these conversations because when Joe Harris is hitting, it makes sense to have a guy like Joe Harris. But I mean, to me, the X factor is and always has been Ben Simmons. Like they're gonna go as far as Ben Simmons lets them. So
if I offered you Malik Beasley and Kelly Olynyk for Joe Harris and Nick Claxton. That's a hard one, right?
I don't have too much interest in that.
Because there's benefits.
Unless Day'Ron Sharpe was a ascending star in this league, but I don't.
What about Kelly Olynyk and Ochai Agbaji for Joe Harris and 1 first-round pick and 3 seconds?
Yeah, sure.
You would do that?
Sure.
What's up? What's up, Diggs BTWY, by the way, 7?
Well, this guy's on Twitch.
Yeah, we got a little Twitch commenter. What up?
Oh,
so,
first ever.
Yeah, website will be live either tomorrow or Thursday. I'm about to drive home to Maryland.
Somebody even watching us on Twitch. How did they know to? It's crazy. Cool. Welcome. Sorry.
So, do you think this is a team that needs to make a move?
No.
You don't believe that they need to make a move?
Well, no. I mean, we'll see after.
I feel like the only guy you can move is Joe Harris.
Well, I mean, there's a circle around. There's a question mark asterisk on Nick Claxton, not because you want to, but because maybe it might.
The defense?
You have to do that. Well, I don't want to do it because of the defense, but I mean, we'll
Claxton
see.
doesn't. I'm pretty sure Claxton's.
It's for the rim protection. Because if I get rid of Claxton, then my only other technical rim protector that has size is Day'Ron Sharpe.
Yeah,
and I think we're a couple of years away from that. Claxton's getting me 2.2 blocks a game, so I don't know why I would want to really even trade him. So,
I wonder.
Unless I was desperate to get rid of Joe Harris, which I mean, I'm kind of vibing with Joe Harris right now. I'm actually loving it.
Yeah, he's turned a
Give me
corner.
all of it. Just give
I know,
me.
but
He's
I don't know
shooting
how many
57
picks
in
they
his last
have.
5 from downtown.
But what if OJ Anunoby
What is it? Oh,
became available? Like this is hypothetical. This is in a vacuum. So take this with a grain of. Let's say not Ochai, OG Anunoby, or they say, hey, we'll send if either these are the two deals: Kelly Olynyk and Ochai Agbaji for Joe Harris and 1 first-round pick in 3 seconds, or OG Anunoby, and I don't know how many picks they have available, but 3 first-round picks and Joe Harris for OG Anunoby.
Oh my goodness gracious! Why would I do that?
You're telling me you. What's up, Charlie? Also, let's look over here. De'Ron Sharp's per 36 numbers for this season is 14.4 points, 13.5 rebounds, 2.4 blocks, 2.4 assists, a steal a night, while shooting 51% from the field, 75% from 3. So ignore the 3.6.
Go look at anybody's per 36 stats. Yeah. They do. I like De'Ron Sharp. I'm not issues in De'Ron Sharp.
His stats the year before were 18 points per 36.
Because it's 14. Per 36.
I know he barely plays.
I care. I care about. I like De'Ron Sharp. I like him a lot. They might even use him as dangle bait if they need to. But
last year,
if I get rid of Claxton, then I have to rely on De'Ron Sharp whether I want to or not.
It's just that De'Ron Sharp was, I believe, wasn't he a first-round pick? Yeah, he was the first-round pick.
There's a lot of players who are first-round picks. Romeo Langford was a first-round pick.
I always forget about that. How are you, Charlie? We're doing well.
Usman Garuba was a first-round pick. So, I got a hot take. The Lakers should trade. No. Nope. No. I'm all set. Thank you, though.
Yeah, no, I just don't know what's the right thing to do.
Nothing. You're winning, so don't do anything.
You're right. No, you're 100% right.
You're like the kids in my Discord in fantasy. Like I'm winning. I'm like 8-0, but let me go do like 18 trades.
No, you're right. So this is what I say. Instead of a trade, do you think this is a team that should play the buyout market?
Yeah. Maybe like a cat like Rudy Gay. Maybe. I don't know. They're definitely going to be a team that's in the buyout market.
Who's a buyout candidate this season? Is it Eric Gordon?
I can never think of buyout candidates. I mean,
Pat Bev.
I doubt either of those two are.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of.
Rudy Gay's a buyout candidate, though.
He's
always a buyout candidate. Though.
But I just
so
they should just bring back Marcus Aldridge. Give LMA the ring he deserves.
Yeah. All right. It's fine.
You tell me you don't want LaMarcus Aldridge with a ring?
No, that's fine.
Wouldn't hurt. You want Carmelo?
On the Nets?
Yeah, I'm kidding. All right, let's talk about the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're a team that doesn't get enough love. What is your thought? Also, Josh Giddey's had a quiet year. I've had some Thunder fans say he's kind of struggling.
Giddy up.
Josh Giddey's been struggling this year, but what's your thought? What's your thoughts on this team right now?
I still strongly think they're going to lose Shea.
Why is that?
Shea's doing everything he can to help him out. There's just not enough on this young team. I mean, Giddey is awesome, but he's not really a scorer. He's giving me 15 though. He is giving me 15. Lou Dort, I don't think fits my timeline at all, so probably getting rid of him eventually, although he's awesome. I like Jalen Williams. I like Poku. I like the way Poku's been playing this year. I love Trey, man. I love my Florida Gator guy. I love JRE. It even goes a little bit further than that. I like Ousmane Dang. I like Jalen Williams. I don't know. I'm not really – if Chet was here, I think we'd have a possible different conversation. But I would rather go into – I think I would rather move on with Giddey, Chet, and whoever I'm going to be able to get. However, I know OKC is 11-16 right now, and they're keeping it close. Like him and Luka. Shea versus Luka last night was cool, but I don't think they're going to be worse than or better than a top 5 worst team in the NBA, which is perfectly fine. I don't know. I like Shea a lot. I just the other issue too is like if you get rid of Shea, then it's like, okay, well, you're going to get a ton of assets back, but now are we still rebuilding? What's the deal with that? I mean, the Thunder haven't been rebuilding for too long. This is just their 3rd year since they made it to the playoffs in 2019, 2020. So I don't know, man. It's really tough because Shea is a superstar stud.
Yeah, I have no idea because like they're right now 4 games out from the play-in, but they're also 3 games out from the worst record. So it's like it's weird, but they have pieces like Kenrich Williams, Shea. I think Poku's showing a little bit of something. They got Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and they have pieces. And like you said, it would look different if Chet was there. But again, this is a team that also we're not seeing much of Usman Dang. Jalen Williams, J-Dubs, he's been cool. I just think they've got pieces. They have a lot of pieces. It's just figuring out which ones are here to stay and will make the long-term impact and which ones will help, impact winning, which is the biggest thing. And that's why I think Jeremiah Robinson Earl and Kenrich Williams are definitely this type of guy. Lou Dort looks like that guy at times. Shea's definitely that guy. Josh Giddey's obviously that guy, but Josh Giddey and Trey, they've kind of had their second year struggles. And
Giddey's still doing perfectly fine for me.
He's still doing perfectly fine, but it's just it used to feel like every night you used to see a Josh Giddey highlight on Twitter.
I never saw that.
Okay, then you're just not on NBA Twitter.
I'm not on NBA Twitter. I hate NBA Twitter.
But I just find it's interesting to see how the team's been playing out.
It's just Shea's about to be 25 this summer, and
that's crazy.
You have to win if you want to keep Shea. You have to win. And this isn't a winning team quite yet.
How many picks does Shea require someone traded?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't even want picks.
Yeah,
I've been doing this pick thing for 3 years. Once this season's over, I've been doing this shit for 3 years now. So it's like, well, now then the issue is like, okay, now I have Chet, now I have Giddey, and we're going to rebuild for another 3 years. And then once those 3 years are over, then Giddey and Chet are going to be 24. Just signed.
If you didn't get Victor, if they don't get Victor Wembanyama, is Scoot
Victor Wembanyama? You got Chet Holmgren.
I know, but if they don't get him, who's more of an impact prospect? Scoot Henderson can't for them. You think Scoot would maximize them?
I think Whitmore. I don't draft for need. I think that's the dumbest thing.
You draft best player available.
Yeah, I don't.
And
I think people get.
You think if they draft Scoot, then they can move on from Shea because then they have a lineup of Scoot, Josh Giddey, Trey Mann, Chet, and either.
Yeah, it's just shitty. Like I don't even want to talk about Shea leaving OKC because I know it's gonna happen, and
I don't know if it'll happen.
Why is he gonna stay?
He says he likes it.
When can OKC realistically become a finals contender? 3 years? All right, he's 28 in his last year of his extension. So,
and then they re-sign him to a new one.
Perfect. And he can live in Oklahoma for the rest of his goddamn life.
You don't think he wants that?
No, who the fuck wants that? No disrespect.
You probably want to live in Oklahoma. You seem like an Omaha, Nebraska.
For my entire life?
Yeah.
Listen, if KD didn't want to do it, if James Harden didn't want to do it, and if Russell Westbrook didn't want to do it,
I think Russell wanted to do it. You don't think Russell wanted to stay in OKC his whole career?
Well, no. And I'm sure OKC is a fun city and it's a fun town, and they treat it's a really cool smaller market, underappreciated basketball team, but just comes down to winning a championship is really all I see with this. Like, when was the last time Western Conference Finals? Was not too long ago, 2015, 2016. I mean, this was a team from
They made it. When was the last time they made the Western Conference Finals?
In 2016.
They made a Western Conference Finals with Russell?
They made 3.
Western Conference Finals?
Yeah, they made 3.
With Russell Westbrook?
Yeah.
Just by Russell by himself.
What? No. I don't know.
Go.
They've never made a Western Conference final with just Russell Westbrook because that is absurd.
That's what I'm saying. I thought the way you just portrayed that information was you just told me that Russell Westbrook led them to a NBA conference finals, and I was like, I don't remember that ever happening.
This is a team that was made the playoff like a legitimate contender from 2009 to 2016, and then they still made it to the first round of the playoffs with Russ and Paul or whoever else was in town, and they just couldn't get past it. And now you're doing this rebuild. OKC is so fascinating to me. I miss the Seattle Supersonics though, so I'm I don't know. I don't think Thunder fans are gonna like this clip.
Nah, but like they're playing defense though. Like at least that's something that they do well. Let's talk about an actual fun young team, and that's the Indiana Pacers.
Right.
I think the Indiana Pacers are like a playoff team next year.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
You agree with that, or is that too hot of a take?
I don't think it's. I think it's a lukewarm, moderate. It's been out. It was frozen. It was a frozen take that's been left out in water for about an hour to thaw it out. Take.
It's thawing. It's thawing. It's a thawing take.
What word is that?
Like
thawing.
Thawing. Like you got to thaw it out.
It's a thong take.
But I think they got the pieces. Isaiah Jackson's fun, and the guy's a willing 3-point shooter. I saw him take 2 3-point shots in the span of 5 minutes. Okay. And he's a shot blocker. You got yourself Jalen Smith, who's the motherfucking truth. You got Tyrese Halliburton, who's an all-star. You got Benedict Mathurin, who, he's fun. Chris Duarte, okay, there. This is a fun team. You also have Andrew Nembhard.
He's played 9 games.
Huh?
He's played 9 games.
Who?
I think Duarte's on the way out. Sorry.
He's in his second season.
He's been played in like a long.
He's hurt.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's on his way out. He's not even I think he's on his way out. Sorry.
You're an a-hole. They also have Aaron Nesmith's making an impact.
Yeah,
Terry Taylor. You got pieces here. And I think this is why they're one of the more exciting teams, in my opinion. You see this team that they're athletic. They play in transition. They'll beat you with their speed. They can jump higher than you. They're longer than you. And Rick Carlisle's a good coach. And also, I think it's in their best interest. Maybe keep Miles Turner around.
I'm curious what Pacers fans think about that.
You think?
I'm just curious. I wonder what it is. My only issue with Miles Turner is he hasn't played over 50 games since 2020.
That's true. But I just think Tyrese Halliburton is just so insane how he breaks down defenses, and then you have these guys like, Mathurin and Nembhard and Jackson all around him. And Rick Carlisle, I don't know why, but it feels like people, when he left Dallas, gave him such a bad rep. But we're just seeing with these young guys how he's getting them to play, that he's a great coach.
Yeah. They definitely gave him a bad rap. Well, unfortunately, Pacer fans, I don't feel the same as Cyro. I love the Pacers' future outlook, but I think what I've really learned from this team in the last handful of weeks is, you could scrape your way into a play-in, possibly, right? But I do think it's in their best interest to not. I don't think they're quite there yet, and I think we're kind of seeing that right now. I think they're just below middle of the pack. You have young gun studs, though. You have Tyrese, you have Benny, you have Nembhard, you have Jalen Smith. I'll throw in Chris Duarte there. He's not that young, though. IJ's nice. I just don't think this team is more than a play-in. And if you're not more than a play-in, I would rather capitalize on Miles Turner's all-star phenomenal season that he's having right now. So, yeah.
I agree. This team right now, I think their ceiling, yes, is a play-in squad, which I mean is good for the young guys. And we saw how Memphis went from a play-in team to a third seed, and now that they're the second seed in a span of 3 years. But yeah, like, okay, if you're not capitalizing on Miles Turner, are you guys planning on signing and trading him? Are you guys planning on letting him just walk? Or are you guys planning on keeping him? Because we saw what Memphis did after they made the play in with their vets. They kept the vets, kept them around for a season. Then they traded Jonas Valanciunas for Steven Adams. And then they did the same with, who was the other guy that they traded? I'm trying to think. I think that was the only one, but it was a similar process that you could do, that maybe they keep maybe they trade one of Buddy Hield or Miles Turner, and then they keep the other one in free agency and then eventually trade him. That maybe they decide, hey, Miles Turner, we trade you and we keep Buddy Hield because Buddy Hield's 3-point shooting something we value,
Yeah. I mean, maybe then in that case, if you're going to trade Miles Turner, I want a player like OG Anunoby in return, as crazy as it may seem. Who knows how desperate Toronto could get. I'm looking at this trade here. It's Miles Turner and TJ McConnell for a 2025 top 5 protected first-round pick from Dallas, a second-round pick, Josh Green, and Dallas Bertans. Like, if those are the deals I'm getting for Miles Turner, yeah, you can go after yourself. So
I agree. So if I'm trading Miles Turner, I don't want picks anymore. I want bets. So if you're hitting me up,
if it's a pick, it's got to be
attached to a vet with a bad contract that's expiring.
It's just got to be something. It's got to be something worth my while.
Like, if you hit me up, like if you're the Nets and you're like, hey, we'll send you Joe Harris for Miles Turner, I'm like, all right, I want like 1 first-round pick in 4 seconds or 2 first-round picks, with one of them being unprotected and the other one could be protected.
Yeah, like,
but the OG Anunoby is
really interesting. Yeah, you're right. Keeping Miles is really interesting. Because I don't want to rebuild. I'm done rebuilding. That's why they tanked so hard last year, was to get these young guys. So that's why they traded Sabonis. That's why you got a player like Tyrese back, right?
They're a team that can't rebuild either. They're in a small market. They need to retool. They need to stay competitive.
It's tough, man, because they last year 25 wins. The year before that, they just barely missed the playoffs, and they might have made the play-in. Was that a play-in year? 2020? I can't remember, but
I think it was 2020, yeah.
But 5 straight years losing in the first round is tough. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just
tough. Where I think they're going to keep one of Buddy Hield or Miles Turner. They're going to keep one of them, I think, and either trade or let the guy walk or sign and trade him.
I lean more towards Miles then, just because of how interesting. But
then that doesn't keeping Miles screw over the development of Isaiah Jackson and Jalen
shafts it.
And that's why I think it's better if you keep Buddy Hield in the long term, because his 3-point shooting can translate to coming off the bench, which then allows you to start Duarte and Mathurin.
Yeah. Buddy Hield, 29.
Yeah. Miles Turner, 27 or 28?
It's just
how old is Miles Turner?
It's a tricky. I think he's still 27, but he could be 28. Let's take a look. He's 26, even better. So,
maybe you do keep Miles Turner.
The thing that they have to figure out is, all right, because I don't know if IJ is a starter anytime soon quite yet. As desperate as it is, he fouls a lot. He fouls a shit ton. Jalen Smith is really promising, but my thing is, I don't know if those two cats are ready quite yet to move on from Miles Turner.
That's what, I agree. And Jalen,
I don't know if they're ready to fill in that hole yet.
I also like Jalen Smith,
Miles Turner.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It'd be a lot of shot blocking and rebounding.
It's just they're in a interesting squeeze, but they're so promising, especially with the progression that Nembhard has had this year of his rookie year, and acquiring Tyrese Haliburton was just. I mean, this is a star. This is a possible Chris Paul we're talking here, so it helps you so much.
It does, and it makes the team so exciting to watch.
They're so fun to watch.
And it's one of those teams that, like, I would love for them to go out and get Bojan Bogdanovic or even Bogdan. Oh, wow. Getting a guy, steady shooter off the bench like that for this team. They're another team
that
could be
they
could be sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but they could be surprise buyers.
Yeah, they could, 100%. They really could. They might even be. I think this is a team right now where I would target the end of the season to, if you were out of school, I'd like, let's go to Indianapolis for the night. Let's cop a ticket.
I love
See what the
Indianapolis.
strip clubs are like. Let's just, let's do it. Let's see these boys play.
I agree. And now, let's play a little game before I head out because I'm about to drive to Maryland.
You're driving to Maryland? Are you on break?
Yeah, I've been on break since Thursday. We'll do the show tomorrow.
Just been slacking that hard, huh? Wait. Who did Argentina play?
Croatia, we beat them 3-0.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
Good for Messi, though.
Yeah, I know.
What's tomorrow?
France and Morocco, and we hope Morocco.
Let's go Morocco.
Wins. Yeah, we want Morocco to win. But yeah, no. So I'm driving home.
The French
we'll have the show. We'll do the show tomorrow. Every day this week. Every day from the rest.
Well, you're driving to Maryland tonight through the night.
Yeah, I'm leaving like right after the show. Hopping in my car.
It must be so nice having a dog, dude. What if you break down in Indiana?
I got my little pit bull
near Cannibal.
I'll fucking eat his dick off.
Yeah, you're definitely
I don't know if I'd eat his dick off, but like
maybe your dog would.
Yeah, my dog would.
Go eat his dick.
Yeah. That's what I meant. I met my dog. I meant to say she would eat his dick off, but like it came off that I said I would eat his dick off. Which like I don't know if that's gay or you should be scared.
Yeah,
it's a little bit of both.
Scared, yeah. More gay.
Steven Adams. This is Steven Adams. This is Steven fucking Adams.
If it's not, I'd be.
You're shocked, right?
Yeah.
No one's got locks like that. Also, I like
anybody's ever lost Steven at the Pirtle today. Everyone got it, and the whole planet.
The whole planet, yeah. Here, Desmond, come over onto the show.
Are you gonna give her like a sleep thing or no?
No, she just chills.
Oh.
Look on camera.
How do people like when their dog kisses them on a face and it probably smells?
No, my dog's got like impeccable breath. I brush her teeth.
I know. We've talked about it, but still, like.
But I talked to the University of Maryland today, Merrill College. Had my interview with them. Just got back to I finished the Gonzaga application in schools, and then January 5th, 6th to 8th, I'm flying to Florida for 3 days.
I'll be out of the country.
Christmas
trip.
Where are you going?
World Cup game. Qatar.
Yeah, the World Cup will have ended for over a month.
Yeah.
The World Cup ends in like 3 days, bro.
When's the World Cup game?
The finale is on Friday.
Oh, word. I'll try and watch it tomorrow. I didn't know there was soccer on today.
Football, yeah.
I will be out of the country in an
Where are you
undisclosed
going?
location.
Where are you going, Jeffrey Epstein's Island?
I'm going to Bermuda or Bahamas for a couple of days.
Really?
No.
Oh. What are you actually doing?
I don't like disclosing where I'm going to be.
You always disclose where you're going.
I'll text it to you. No, I don't. I don't give specifics. You know the date. Myers. You can. What? I didn't tell you when you probably didn't even notice when I came back to Florida.
I know when you come back to Florida, like a few days ago.
No.
I know when you're back in Florida when you're
like a week at least.
I know, a few days ago.
A week is not a few days.
Several days ago.
3 to 4. The better word would be a week and change. So.
You want to go to Memphis for a bowl game?
When?
I think it's like December 27th.
I think I'm actually doing a family thing on that day, actually.
Yeah, I got.
And I didn't really enjoy my time in Memphis too much.
Well, you don't watch KU play against Arkansas?
No, that's a fun game.
Kansas versus Arkansas.
When I was in Memphis,
Arkansas versus Kansas.
There was like nobody in the entire town when I was in Memphis twice. Like there was nobody anywhere. So it's a cool city though. They have that pyramid thing.
The Bass Pro Shop that used to be the Memphis Grizzlies arena.
Did it really?
That was the Memphis Grizzlies' first arena for 15 years.
That is sweet.
Before the Forum, I think it's called.
The FedEx Forum?
Yeah, isn't it the FedEx Forum or is it the FedEx?
There's some FedEx Forum.
There's a FedEx Forum. I knew I wasn't crazy when I said that. Okay, wait. What's the name of the Memphis Grizzlies arena?
Because I always, when I do my thumbnails, I always look up the arena. I do blank arena, Grizzlies arena with flag.
All right, ready? We got it. The FedEx Forum. FedEx Forum. I feel so good about that. You? I feel like really good about that.
It doesn't sound like a football place.
No, it doesn't. Well, they all copy the KU's design. They call them field houses.
Yeah, I don't like field houses.
You know, like Indiana, I think it's called the.
Yeah, and the Butler one. Butler's got one too. I don't like them.
Isn't Milwaukee's also a field house? I think basketball arenas are the best arenas, though.
No.
I mean, they're technically basketball hockey arenas. I think they're the best.
United Center's really cool. It depends.
I think they're the coolest designed. Like I haven't. Well, that's a lie. I've never been to one of the brand new $1 billion football stadiums. I've only been to M&T Bank. I've only been to Arrowhead. I've only gone to like classic 1970s and 90s.
Yeah, I've only been to Lambeau and Soldier.
Yeah, we've both been to
I've been to Ford. I've been to Ford Field.
But that one's still not one of the newest. I'm talking like and
like the Raiders.
Like the Raiders.
I don't like the
Saints. Who else has got Cowboys? I've heard
all these Jerry teams World. Are about to get new ones too. Yeah, Jerry's World.
I heard Jerry World's fucking insane.
Yeah.
I wonder who. Also, did you know the Warriors are now the second most valuable sports franchise in the world, behind only the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are worth $7.64 billion. The Warriors are worth $7.5 billion, and they say a majority of that revenue has came from their new arena. And they said their new arena that they built like about 5 years ago is like the most state-of-the-art basketball arena in the world.
Nice, yeah. I missed the Oracle, but yeah, it does look cool.
No, Joshua, I'm a Vikings Ravens fan. I was originally a Vikings fan. That was my first team. I'm also a little bit of an Eagles fan. So
it's also a little bit of a faggot.
So growing up, I didn't watch football until like the 2007 Super Bowl, Patriots versus Giants, and I still didn't watch football until 2009 when I moved to Maryland. And that first year I watched was when Brett Favre played for the Vikings, and my neighbors, their dad was from Philadelphia, so they were diehard Eagles fans, and they had Sunday ticket. So I used to spend from ages 9 to like 17 every Sunday at my neighbor's house because they had Sunday ticket, and obviously we watch every Eagles game.
Dude, yeah.
But I would watch the Vikings, and then living in Baltimore, I became a Ravens fan. So my teams are Vikings, Ravens. Like I hold those up to there, and then I cheer, obviously for the Eagles. And then my dad's a big Niners, Dolphins fans because my dad loved Joe Montana and Dan Marino.
Sunday ticket used to be so much of a flex before streaming.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, you remember middle school would be like, I got Sunday ticket. You guys trying to watch football at my house Sunday? And it'd be like, yeah, dude. And like now it's just like, who's got the like streaming? Also, my freshman year of college, like it was like you were cool if you knew how to stream freshman year of college. It's now like everyone's streaming. Like people used to hit me up for streaming links, and now everyone is streaming.
Yeah.
All right, you got anything else you want to talk to about before we head out today?
No.
We have a decent show. We'll build them back up. Also, you shut up. I love you, but like, that's.
You show her Michael Vick highlights, or is that too edgy?
She loves Michael Vick. Well, I've been wanting to dress up as Halloween.
Michael Vick loves her.
I want to dress up 1 year. I want to dress up 1 year as Michael Vick for Halloween, and then walk around with her on a chain.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like,
I love Michael Vick.
Come here, Jasmine. There she went. But no, so what the fuck was I saying? I was saying something before this.
Oh.
Okay, no. Oh, okay. So website should be live by Thursday, Friday the latest. So then we'll start writing articles. and posting shit there.
For sure.
Oh, starting next week will be a 3-man show.
For sure.
Our lawyer will be joining us every day for winter break.
He'll give us the yes or no on certain subjects.
Yes, he'll tell us if we're allowed to say this or not. Also, great thing. Yeah, Luke's clutch. He's also, guess what he's applying? To an internship with the NBA commissioner's office.
Ooh, nice.
To be a legal representative.
Nice.
Joshua, let's go. Let's go. All right. Anything you want to talk about? I'll be driving.
Michael Vick and Matt 07 was tight.
You know, Michael Vick has herpes, and they banned the name Ron Mexico from being used on custom jerseys on NFL.com because Michael Vick contracted herpes to a woman, and instead of telling her he had herpes, he said no. And when he would go to get treated for herpes, he wouldn't sign Michael Vick. He would sign the name Ron Mexico. So for 2 years, people would get custom jerseys off of the NFL's jersey site that said Ron Mexico, number 7 on the Falcons. So for the last 15 years, you can not buy a Ron Mexico custom jersey from the NFL shop because it's banned. That name is banned.
That's awesome.
Isn't that such a great little
We're talking genital, right?
Yeah, genital herpes. Yeah. Like,
that's tough.
Yeah. My dad has genital herpes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Thank God that isn't transmittable through like birth.
I don't want genital herpes.
I don't want any type of herpes. I don't want any type of STD.
I know. One time I had scabies and I was so worried.
What the fuck are scabies, bro?
Scabies are like these like mini fuckers that just bite you everywhere. And it was tough. And I didn't know I had it for like 4 months and you just itch everywhere.
So, really?
Yeah.
Herpes is an L, Joshua. Herpes is an L. I don't think there's any bigger L in the world than herpes.
AIDS.
Or syphilis. Yeah, AIDS. I think AIDS takes the cake.
Yeah.
AIDS takes the cake.
Especially the gay AIDS.
You know what suck? Crabs. Crabs. Like, imagine looking at your
I don't want crabs. Yeah.
And you see
or
like
gonorrhea.
Oh, and you know gonorrhea is the clap because you have pus oozing out of your cock.
Yeah, I know somebody who recently had gonorrhea.
I've never met anyone with gonorrhea. I've met people with chlamydia. And like chlamydia is totally dealable, but gonorrhea, oh my God, I would never want gonorrhea. Gonorrhea, obviously AIDS or HIV. Let's put those up the two. Then any of the hepatitis or syphilis, then crabs. Because the fact that I would look at my crotch and see actual microscopic crabs, because you can see them, they're like the size of lice, and they're like actually shaped like crabs.
Wow.
Also, who the fuck do you fuck to get crabs?
Some whore.
But she has to have a hairy pussy.
Does she?
Yeah, I don't think what are they gonna live off of if you're bald like a child?
Well, even if you shave, there's still like hair. So
that's good for you, Joshua.
Just like stubs.
Joshua, Virginia rocks. You get any Florida fishes yet? You catch any? You reel in any Florida fishes down here?
No.
Nothing. You're batting a 0.
I'm batting 0. Happily batting 0.
Happily batting 0. Are there babes in Fort Myers or no?
Yeah, they're usually with some guy. A lot of the girls here have tattooed like full arm sleeves.
That's hot.
Not my deal.
Oh my God, really, dude? I want to bend that arm back, and the only thing I see is ass in that tattooed arm.
Maybe for like 2 hours. But I'm looking for a wife.
What's wrong? My girlfriend's about to have double sleeves.
Yeah, it's not my style.
I don't have tattoos. Tattoos aren't my thing. I don't care for tattoos. I'm tattoo free.
Tony Snell numbers.
That's funny. That was funny, Joshua.
Well, it's good if I don't meet a girl because
what college? What college is in Fort Myers?
Florida Gulf Coast.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. A lot of dumb girls though. You're not finding a wife that's going to be a breadwinner. That's the
I
benefit.
don't want a breadwinner.
Really? You know what? If my career crashes and burns, my girl is gonna be a lawyer. Like I'm chilling. Like I could literally do whatever with my life, and my bills will be paid.
Yeah, that's not my style.
Oh, you want to be the breadwinner? Or you?
I want to take care.
I
It's
want
my
to take care
duty to protect and provide.
Don't get me wrong. I'm fine with being I want to be the breadwinner, but I'm also fine with not being the breadwinner. I obviously want to contribute.
How will they respect you?
In the bedroom when I dick her down.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Like, boom. All right, that's the show, guys. You know, that whole conversation had just as many views as the rest of the entire show. We had like 6 viewers through that whole conversation. That was real combo. All right. I'm going to pop out. I'm going to drive home. If you guys enjoyed today's show, be a friend and tell a friend. But that's it from us, guys. Hope you guys do have a great day. Jackson, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, have a nice drive.
Thanks, bud.